Hey, what's going on? It's your radio love, Deja Vu, in the building, always having your favorite celeb stopping by. Today we have Mr. Devon Franklin. How are you?
I'm good. Is
it Devon or Devon? Because
it is Devon. It is Devon.
Say it for him.
Devon. DeVon.
Come on, see, thank you. I was arguing with somebody. No, it's Devon.
No,
it's Devon
Devon.
Franklin. Come
Yes.
on. All right, so we're getting to know all about you. We've seen you behind the scenes doing things as a producer. Now we're starting to see you more in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Divorced sisters, anybody? Come
Yes.
on. All right, so you got that role, but you're here to talk about a one-man show.
Yes.
Talk to us about this. It's what? True?
Be true.
Be true.
Yes.
Breakdown to breakthrough?
There you go.
Come
there
on,
it is.
give us
Okay,
the
so you got it. I love
the impetus
it. I love
behind
it.
that.
Yeah, I'm here in New York. I'm bringing a one-man show to the city. The debut night is Friday night, and then we have an encore performance. I have an encore performance Saturday night, and it's the first time I've ever done a one-man show, and it's going to be at this off-Broadway theater called the Minetta Lane Theater that Audible owns, and it's really about. I think so often when we go through things in life, we don't process what we go through because we're just trying to get through it.
Right.
And I think what happens is if we just push through what we go through, we never get the lesson that was there for us.
Or that healing.
Or the healing.
Yeah.
And then we put ourselves in a situation where that pattern continues. So for me, going through my journey these past few years and, my healing experience, I really wanted to find a way to communicate that. And doing this one-man show was just a really unique way to be able to be on that stage and, invite the audience into my life and walk them through these scenes of the life of my movie and really see like, okay, here's where I was, here's what I did, here's how I got here. And here's how you can go from heartbreak to healing. Here's how you go from dark to light. And so that's what this one-man show is really about. It's about one man's journey to be healed and to, make it through difficulty.
Tell me, because we've seen your life in public display. Why go even further into the public with your healing process?
Because so often the focus in the culture is on success.
Yes.
But if you get success and you are not healed,
Come on.
the success is not going to last.
Right.
Healing is where it's at. When you have healing and success, then you're good.
Right.
If you have healing and you're working on your success, you're good. But if you have success and you're not working on your healing, you're going to find that you never will be happy. You never will be at peace. And so I am in the public eye. And I was like, okay, once you're in the public eye, you can't just go, once the spotlight's on, you can't just go back and say, okay, I'm done with that. So I figured like, is there a way that I can continue to try to make a positive impact? And if what I've been through can positively impact someone, then I'm like, yeah, I want to share that. I want to share it. I really want to share it because I think healing, that's what I did not know. Prior to these past few years, I was focused on success. I wasn't focusing on healing.
So talk to us about your healing process. We know you as a pastor, a man of faith. How did you lean into that with healing? Because you see a lot of folks in church who are still just, I'm going to pray it away, but not really going and getting the work and doing the work for that other sustainable healing to last.
Yeah, for me, I had to really, for so much of my career in my life, I was focused on the persona and the titles. I was an executive for Columbia Pictures for 10 years. People know me as a preacher. I've been preaching since I was 16. I've been an author, written number of books. So all of my focus was there. The problem is the persona was built up more than the person.
When did you realize that? What was the thing that made you think about
really
it?
The divorce is what kind of brought it to a head for me, where I'm like, oh, wait, this persona is just not working. And I have to take time to acknowledge the pain that I was in at the time. I have to give myself space and grace to just be a man.
Yeah, and to say that you're hurting.
That's right. This is what happened. This is what I've been through. I'm hurting. And part of the healing process starts right there. And that may seem very simple, but it's also very difficult to do because most of the time when we get hurt emotionally, we don't like to face it.
Right.
We like to rush through it. We like to, rush into
because it's prickly.
That's
Let
right.
me just
That's
get
right.
out of this.
That's right. But what happens is when we rush through it, we never get through it. And so I had to, as part of my healing process, just stop and say, hey, this is what I went through. Acknowledge the pain. Why? Because the pain wants to teach. Every pain that we have emotionally has a lesson that if we listen, we can actually hear it. And so I had to stop, give myself space and grace, acknowledge the pain, and then just, instead of me saying, this is what I want to do, right? I just had to say, no, you know what? I want God to rebuild my life.
Come on.
You rebuild it, Lord. You bring in the right people at the right time, the right opportunities, the right job. You bring it all in. Because I've for the past few years, been trying to build my own thing.
And that
it
wasn't
didn't work.
working. Come on.
So I'm done with that, okay?
Yeah.
And now I want you to do it. And so that healing process is a process of receiving. It's a process of allowing, but it's also a process of commitment.
Do you have wise counsel around you? Did you go and talk to someone about things, or were you? I mean, I know you dug deep spiritually, but were you talking to someone? Did you go to therapy?
Oh my goodness, regularly saw my therapist. I mean, still do.
Was it a moment for you to get to the therapy? Because I know so many guys, even and women too, we're afraid, and there's that stigma. But it's but what was it for you? Was it just easy for you to go to therapy? Had you been doing that process?
Yeah, I've been in therapy for a while, and so no, that part wasn't hard because at the end of the day, it's like therapy. It's like, so using that example, why? Okay, if someone's afraid of therapy, are you afraid of a mirror? Every day you look in the mirror. Why? Because you want to know how you look.
Right.
But we want to know how we look more on the outside than we do on the inside.
Yeah.
Because therapy is that internal mirror.
Yes.
And a lot of times we don't want to see. And I say, no, see. Don't be afraid to see. Because here's the thing. Just because you see it doesn't mean that you're expected to have the answer on what to do with what you see.
Right.
Because sometimes we kind of know what we're going to see if we look, but we don't know how to fix it, so we don't want to look. No, you don't have to know how you're going to fix whatever problem you have internally. It's okay. Just look. Let the therapist or therapy help you see. And then as you identify what that really is and where that may come from, then you can identify what's the right process to help you heal from it. So therapy was a big part of my experience. I have a life coach who was very helpful, reading a lot of books, journaling, sitting by myself.
Those quiet, still moments, for real. Because a lot of times, even like walking down the street, we have music playing. We don't even listen to our thoughts anymore. Sometimes we're just like, let me keep the music going. Let me keep an audible on or whatever. And I love my audibles. But, just that quiet still, and just so you can hear yourself think.
Absolutely. And that is something, especially in the, with scrolling and, mindlessly, it's like before, taking time out, before social media was what it was and our phones were as prevalent as they were, it was very common. Take out a book, read, do those. But now it's like the moment we have any dead space, we fill it with scrolling.
It's so true.
We fill it with TikTok. We fill it with Instagram. And then what happens is we fill it with other people's thoughts instead of hearing our own.
Come on.
And what's going on in us and what do we need to do? And so I had to take time out. I had to get off social media. I just take time by myself. I mean, sometimes I would just sit for hours looking out the window, writing, being in touch with God, touch with myself. And I just feel like sometimes when you're going through things, you got to stop.
Right.
Because one of the reasons why I'm doing this show is because it's not just about the hurt, but it's about here's what happens when you do that.
Okay, so give us a glimpse of that.
Well, the glimpse is that, even what you talked about in the introduction, my life is so far up. It's like what's happening now is just blowing my mind. It's amazing. The acting, I never saw acting. I never pursued acting. It pursued me once I began this process of healing. It was something that came in that I got calls. Hey, we want you to play this part. We want you to do this.
So you weren't even out here auditioning for this?
No,
wow.
I wasn't. Any part that I've ever got, I've never auditioned for.
Wow.
Yes. And so even with Divorced Sisters, Tyler had the show and we talked about it and he felt like I was the right person for that. And I said, wow, this is okay. And we did it and it was great. And now having this one-man show for the Audible, having a production deal with Netflix. Got my first movie coming out in September called Ruth and Boaz.
Talk about that too. Okay, wait.
All right, so we talked about... Okay. So that's what I'm talking about in the show. Like that's the good, right? I'm getting married again.
Yes.
Found the love of my life. I mean, so it's like, all of these amazing things happen. So if you go through the dark, you're going to get to the light. You will. It may not seem like it, but you will. And so that's why I wanted to do this show. It's really a show of hope and inspiration.
So, okay, your breakthrough, after you've done more of the healing process, which I think is ever evolving as we continue, just life, right? So you got that, and then you started saying, okay, I'm open to this. When did you know you were open to ready to be to love again and to have a committed relationship again?
Well, I was open well before I met my fiance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she wasn't the catalyst for me being open because I think a lot of times when you go through heartbreak or heartache or breakup, the intention or the instinct is to close. I'm not doing that again. I'm not opening my heart again. Okay, let's say you say that, but then what you close off, you can't let in either.
That's true.
Right? So I had to, no matter how hard it was, I had to say, okay, I have to be open to love. And I have to open my heart and allow myself to love and be loved. And that was a process. I talk about this in the show. You know, my dating life was crazy. Okay, it was crazy. And so I was so grateful when finally I met Maria, and it was almost as close to love at first sight as you can have. Because
really,
oh yeah.
How did y'all meet? Okay, tell me about the
we
meet
met.
Real
We
quick.
met through a mutual friend who worked with her, and I knew him for years. And he just said, "Man, listen, I think y'all gonna hit it off."
Was it like a blind date?
It was a blind date for sure. I mean, we had a blind date. The first date was on Easter with him and his mother, just the four of us. And then our first official date with ourselves was the following weekend. We went on a hike that was supposed to be an hour. It turned out to be 4 hours.
Wow.
And
you
it
felt
was,
that connection.
Oh yeah, I just knew. I was like, oh Lord, this is it. So I better, get my house in order because I can feel this is happening.
Yes.
And it did, and it is.
I love it. I'm a proponent of blind dates, y'all. I met my husband on a blind date too.
Oh, nice.
Going in. All right. But anyway, so we have the show that's going to be happening this weekend at the Minetta Lane Theater.
Yes.
Be True, Breakdown to Breakthrough, your journey from breakdown to breakthrough. But I want to also talk about your new partnership with Tyler in the movies.
Yes.
R&B, Ruth and Boaz. Is that the one?
Yes, exactly.
Break it down for us.
Yes. So Tyler Perry and I have a production deal with Netflix for inspirational and faith-based movies. And the first movie that we're releasing underneath this deal is Ruth and Boaz. It's a modern version of the biblical love story of Ruth and Boaz. It'll be on Netflix on September 26th. It stars Felicia Rashad, the legendary Felicia Rashad in the iconic part of Naomi.
Yes.
It stars Soraya McNeil as Ruth, and it stars Tyler Lepley as Boaz. And let me tell you, this is going to be your new favorite love story. It is so good. Babyface is also in the movie. He makes a cameo, does a great role.
Does he do any of the soundtrack? Because I need to
He
the
does.
music
There's a song that Soraya's character Ruth sings in the movie, and Babyface wrote that and produced that, and it's so good. I mean, wait till you see this movie. I mean, we haven't had a love story in the culture in a long time,
right? And I need that. When I was just telling somebody, I need romance.
Yes.
I need something without.
Yes.
I don't need just drama. Just give me some love. Boy meets girl. Boy loses girl. Boy gets girl back again.
Then Ruth and Boaz is your movie.
Yes.
And this is one of the reasons, going back to the question you asked, right, about healing process and being open. See, if I had closed myself off to love, I would have never been interested in making a movie that celebrates it.
Ah, that's good.
Right? So it's like, no, I'm going to be open, and then I'm going to make a movie that shows people, here's the power of love. And here's what it means to love. And here's what it means to receive love and give love. And I think people will experience that when they watch Ruth and Boaz.
We cannot wait. And I can't wait to see this one-man show. Now, I know you have a limited time in here. So you have Ruth and Boaz, you have your show, you have Divorced Sisters. What else? I mean, you got everything going on. What else?
Listen, I got another movie I just finished.
Did you?
I did.
This brother, he's not playing up in here. We love. Okay, listen, you need to do a movie about a radio station and a radio host. Hi, come on, Devon Franklin. Yes, come on, let's do it.
I love it.
No, but seriously, what else you have going on?
Yeah, I have another film I just finished with Kelly Rowland and Method Man called Relationship Goals.
I heard of that. Yes.
And that'll be
I didn't know you were doing that.
Yep, I'm the producer of that. Yep, I've been working on that for about 5 years, and we finally produced it. I just got it made this year, and it'll be out next year on Amazon. And that's a great. They're amazing in the film. It's a new rom-com that has spirituality and humor and heart and all of it, and I think people are going to love that. And so and I got another one I'm starting in the fall, so we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep
holding it down.
Going. But definitely, I'm excited for the opportunity, and I'm hoping people come out this weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, to see Be True. And you can go to devonfranklin.com to get your tickets right now. There's a few left. Would love to see you doing a meet and greet after the shows, and love to say what's up to the people.
Love it. Wait, before you go, one thing, I need to know, what's your favorite meal? We always talk about food up in here. What's your favorite meal? Give me that.
Ooh, my favorite meal.
On your times off, you're ordering, you're cooking.
You know what? It's really a combination of like Jamaican food and soul food.
Nice.
Yams and mac and cheese and plantains.
I love jerk chicken or curry chicken.
Curry.
Come on.
Curry.
Love it. Okay, and also, I know you've been talking about words of encouragement and everything. Give us some words for somebody who's in that lean time right now, who might just be like, yo, I don't see my breakthrough, Devon. What would you tell them right now who's listening to you?
Yes. Be thankful that you don't see it. Because what you would see in that time would be less than what you will see in time.
Come on.
Give it time. Stay committed. Find people, one person that really is in your crew, so you can go to that person, or you can have someone you can really talk through things with. But just know The same way seasons change. That's what your life is. So if you're in that kind of low point, that dark point, just stay committed. It's going to turn around.
I love it. And one more thing. Hustler's tip. I always ask about business advice, information, finance stuff. However you've gotten your hustle on in the industry or whatever it is, even the way you're parlaying from acting to producing and all of that. Give us something for somebody who might be on the grind.
Yeah. One, I would say get off the grind.
I like to hustle.
No, because when you grind, you get ground down.
He's coming with all the quotes. Okay, all right, I got you.
So I would say don't grind.
Okay.
And what I would say is, right now a lot of people are trying to build what I would say like a lot of branches. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have a tree and you don't have a trunk, those branches are never going to take root and never going to become what they could be.
That is so good.
So me, acting and doing this one-man show and all these things that I'm doing, it starts because I initially had a very singular focus. The trunk of my tree was film production. Mm-hmm. I pursued that from 18 years old and I finally started my company when I was 36. So that was the focus, film production. And as I committed to that path, then becoming an author opened up. Then becoming a TV personality opened up. Then preaching opened up. And then acting opened up. Those branches are still attached to that tree. Mm-hmm. So I would encourage anyone, don't hustle for the branches. Identify what's the tree. So you root that tree, and then you have so many gifts. You're going to have multiple branches. But take enough time, energy, effort, and commitment to focus on, okay, of all the things that I do, what's the thing I do the most well? And where do I have the most momentum? Because the momentum is critical. Sometimes we're not focused on where the stream is going. We just want the stream to go here. Well, the stream, that's not where it's flowing. So you got to know where the momentum is. You got to know what you do well. And then you begin to focus on, okay, here's how I'm going to root my tree. And then over time, I'll let it branch out.
That is so good. Oh my gosh. Devon, are you doing motivational speaking? Can we do like a seminar?
Yeah, whatever you need. Let's do it.
Serious. That's
the
what
WBLS,
I love. Anyway.
symposium.
Come
Let's go.
on. Y'all heard him. We booking it for real. But no, thank you so much. And we will be seeing you be true.
Yes.
Your journey from breakdown to breakthrough. Thank you so much for stopping by.
I appreciate you.